We'll get back to the Ukrainian president's meeting along with our president. This weekend, I sent Ken and Belle, not one, but two TikToks of the new cheerleaders for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Some brave dudes, man.
There's some brave dudes out there. Blaze and Louie.
Yeah.
You're text me back. You're like, oh, they got good protection for that guy.
Yeah. I mean, some people just are not, they're just not going to like that.
No, they're not.
I mean, it's like, all right, watching football, I don't even watch the cheerleaders.
No, I don't either.
The ones that I'm attracted to, I don't even watch them.
That's not why I'm there. But that's a tough thing right there to get people behind.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of cameras on those dudes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's, there was even like, I think I saw like NFL cameras, specifically focusing on this as if the NFL is really trying to promote this. Yeah, do you promote something like this or, just don't make a big deal out of it?
My question is, who's it for?
Right.
Right? It's obviously that's not your audience.
Right.
It isn't. Your audience is dudes who watch football.
Right. And ladies who watch football.
Ladies who watch football. Nerds who want to play fantasy football. Do you guys play fantasy football?
Nah.
Have you ever played?
I just end up losing.
Oh, there you go. That's what I love about you. Your optimism of life, Ken, is just very. We gotta get quotes now and start giving them out to people and cards. Merry Christmas. Nah, I just end up losing.
I'll just get a rock. Same thing I got for Halloween.
I wouldn't even know how to play.
I've played never played fantasy football.
Yeah, I just don't want to take the time to do it.
Yeah, see, and those guys get so.
They get into it.
My
man.
old on-air partner, Gatos, got so into it.
Yeah.
That his wife used to say, "Thank God you're there for me." I'm like, "What are you talking about, Lynette?" She goes, "Because I don't want to hear about it anymore." She goes, "I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear all day about should I trade this guy? Should I trade that guy? My guy needs 2 points. What about this?" It's nuts. It is. And I know some of you are going to text. You go, "It's really fun." I'm sure it is. Yeah. So, but still, the whole cheerleader thing. I felt. Those guys are going to get so much hell.
Oh, man.
Do they don't travel with the team, right? I don't think so.
I have no idea. I mean.
And I said last week, it's not a stunt team, right? These guys aren't big, buff dudes who could throw a girl 25 feet in the air. They were dancing next to one of the cheerleaders, and I told Belle, and I'm not trying to be mean, he can get into a size 2. She was never getting into a size 2. She had stronger thighs, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That had to make her feel self-conscious.
Yeah, these are not the traditional male cheerleaders.
Yeah.
The athletic, buff male cheerleaders. These are, there are a couple of guys who
look like they're effeminate.
Yeah. They look like they're queer eye from the straight guy.
They like dancing like women.
Yeah. And again, knock yourself off. I just don't know who it's for.
Right. Well,
Right?
Exactly. What are we going for here?
Because I've got friends who are gay and they love football. And let me tell you something. They don't go for the cheerleaders, gay or straight.
No.
They go for the game.
Right.
They want to see guys smash into each other. And they also play fantasy football, which is weird. Just fantasy football is an odd thing. So, yeah, I know the Titans had a guy cheerleader. See, the thing is, the cheerleader thing is different. Like the stunt guys, I remember. At college, you see that a lot, right? Like they'll go to the sideline and they'll be on the guy and he's holding the girl up in the air and then he throws her in the air and she does a flip and they catch her.
A lot of acrobatics.
Yeah, like if they would have done that here, the girls would have come down and killed them.
Yes.
Just Blaze and Louie.
Yeah, these dudes aren't lifting anybody over their shoulders.
No, they barely get the pom-poms up.
Do you even lift, bro? Nah.
No, bro, I don't lift.
So, yeah, your question, that's kind of like my question, too, is what are we going for here?
Yeah, like who's the audience for this? Is it just so you can check a box? I mean, is that it?
I honestly think that's what it is.
Or do you think you're getting something from it? I mean, like I said, I was very curious about the whole thing. Like just what you got to know your audience. Like that's the Bud Light thing.
Bingo.
And you know the funny thing with Bud Light is if it would have just been what the hell's her name again? His name, them name. What's his name?
What was that?
The
guy?
Bud Light.
I can't remember.
Dylan Mulrooney.
Yeah, Bell knows her well. Dylan. So Dylan, if it would have just been that, it would have been people throwing a fit. It was the fact that your audience then heard from the person who's the director of marketing who said,
yeah,
we got to change the way we do things because basically the only people who drink Bud Light are knuckle draggers and frat boys.
Right.
Yeah, that's your audience.
And you were selling a lot of Bud Light to those knuckle draggers and frat boys until you opened your mouth and stuck your foot in it.
And then afterwards, you were losing to near beer. They still make near beer?
Yeah.
It's like beer, adjacent. Near beer. For those of you who want to pretend like you're an alcoholic as a kid, but not quite. In Britain, they used to have I think it's called shandy. Shandy? It's
shandy beer.
It's lemonade and beer, I think. I never drank it.
No, you're a teetotaler.
I'm
dude.
a teetotaler, mate. It's what
Teetotaler.
It's what I do, mate. It's what I do. I said earlier that Trump was thinking about putting, not taking off the table the boots on the ground, which I found kind of surprising. And somebody said, well, you don't take, everything off the table when you're in negotiations. I get that. But, with Putin, and Putin right now does not need to stop any of this. He can go on and on and on for as long as he wants until he eventually forces somebody's hand to do something.
By saying it's not the end of the road and not ruling out U.S. troops, so significant.
Colonel, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Jeff is exactly right. This is a major change, and so when you look at the political dynamic and all of the things that are related to putting U.S. troops potentially on the ground in a place like Ukraine, there was a lot of reluctance not only in the Trump administration to do something like this, but a lot of reluctance even in the Biden administration to even consider something like that. So we're seeing you almost want to call it the internationalization of Donald Trump happening right in front of our eyes here. And when you see that, it really shows that there is a potential for him to reclaim a leading role, at least in Europe and perhaps in the world. And perhaps there's been I almost want to call it a change of heart in how to approach foreign policy.
I think Trump, he's not everybody's cup of tea. He's not a politician. He doesn't come across as a politician. He doesn't like war, right? There's a lot of things that Trump just does differently. That's why people like him. That's why. And I didn't think it was an embarrassment as much as the left would like to think it was embarrassment on Friday because somehow Trump allowed Putin to come over here and they had a conversation for a few hours. I didn't think it was any kind of weird embarrassment. We didn't get weaker. That stuff is so ridiculous. We got weaker. He embarrassed us. Who did? Explain to me. Why does nobody ask? Okay, Swalwell, who many people wanted to punch, by the way, when we talked about that last hour. Who did he embarrass? How did he make us weaker? Tell me how. Well, because why? Because everybody wants the war to end, but nobody wants to have a conversation with the person who is currently the only person driving the bus in the war. So how are you going to have the war end? Just anybody. I don't think anybody's going to answer that. So like Bell said last hour, their brand is simply hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump. Not a lot of people are happy with the cheerleaders, guys. Although some people have asked, what locker room do you think they get dressed in? Probably the locker room, you think.
That's a good question.
Probably. They give cheer scholarships. I thought it was partial cheer, partial gymnastics. I don't even know if they do gymnastics outside of a few schools now. Although that's probably changing because of Livy Dunn. Because that, you know who she is, right? The LSU cheerleader.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of, she probably changed a lot because there's a lot. I tell you what, you can say whatever you want, but sex sells. And,
Yes,
a 20-year-old that's gorgeous playing volleyball, it's a different world, She's got $1 million in endorsements. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's right. Ken and I would love that. What about Epstein? Remember that cat?
We're having really good conversations. You have to understand you can imagine how many documents there are. I think that we're going to have I think we'll receive the documents very soon. They're compiling everything together. I think we're working together in a good faith effort, and everything's coming along. I expect to receive the documents very, very soon.
Yeah, James Comer there.
You're not getting anything.
You're not getting squidoosh. You're not getting anything. So last night, 60 Minutes Australia did a huge piece on this. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't be a fan either. I'm like, oh. It was not, there are so many victims out there.
Yeah.
So many victims. Because this wasn't one or two women. They were replenishing the girls all the time. All the time. And they did a deep dive. And then it was gone. YouTube pulled it down. And then they got him to put it back up. But it's not a good look. And it's not going away. Remember, all this went away because Mike Johnson sent everybody home to go get yelled at by their constituents for other things and this.
That's right.
Mike's like, you need to leave.
Have fun in your home district.
Oh, man, have you seen some of those?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that fella in Nebraska. Man.
Oh, he got torched by all kinds of people. Right, left, independents, people coming from all parts of the state to yell at him over stuff that some people wanted. Where's the Epstein crap? Why aren't you on this? Other people are like, what are you doing with Israel? Why are we doing this? Other people are like, this one big, beautiful bill. This isn't as beautiful and big as it's way bigger and not beautiful. I mean, that guy, he got tore up. But you know what? He showed up.
He showed up, man.
Most people are not. They're doing the phone call thing.
Oh, doing the phone town hall, the telehall.
Yeah. Or the ones they are doing now are almost like you send in your stuff and then we'll invite you to a special meeting. And so I don't get yelled at by a bunch of people. You should just have a guy like a comic backstage. Just, okay, I'm going to do some crowd work. Give me some stuff, right? Look around there, see who's out there. So when they start yelling at me, just whisper in my ear, go at them at this. Where are you from, ma'am? And just start hammering them. It is, yeah, but that Epstein, everything's, it's gone. It's not. It's not gone. And
James Comer there said the same thing like 4 times in the same sentence.
Yeah. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. You're not going to get it.
Feel really good about this.
You're not. They don't want you to have it. They don't, because there's obviously stuff in there that's really bad for America, bad for the powers that be, bad probably for Israel, bad for a lot of folks.
And it's, our very own Tim Burchett has said, and, and I don't know if Tim is right, but I mean, he said he thinks everything's gone. By now, everything's wiped.
Yeah, I would assume. All the stuff that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks the same thing about, space aliens, too.
Yeah.
We're not going to see any of that.
Well, until they
if
land.
they do have something.
Yeah, until they land. Although
they land.
Anna Paulina Luna, she said last week that she's seen it in the skiff. The stuff that they have is here. It is not of this world. It's also not little green man from far away. Think interdimensional.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's an interesting thing. But I think you're right. All the good stuff is wiped. All the stuff that would be needed is wiped. So if you think that stuff went on, the problem is for the people and the powers that be who want to keep everybody shut up about this is their victims now all feel they can come forward. Like there's safety in numbers. So Ro Kahana, and I think it is going to be, is it Thomas Massey? It's early September, they're doing a big thing where there's a lot of victims coming to talk about this. It's going to be a tougher thing than JFK hiding all of this stuff for a long time.
Now that will be something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be interesting for sure. Coming up, we'll get back to the leg lengthening thing. Somebody just said leg lengthening, $35,000. And then the guy or gal, 7732 said, funny thing is I accidentally sent that to my 5'4" son-in-law.
Nice.
Oops. Oh, my Lord. So we'll talk about it because I have the entire procedure. And when you hear this, it is stomach churning. It really is. So we'll talk about that among other things straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. You guys couldn't see us when the Duke's Mayo song came on. We were all jamming.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, baby. Mayonnaise.
Official condiment of the Chad Benson Show.
That's right. Mayonnaise. You guys want to speak? You guys want to hear man? I don't know. I thought this has to be a joke. This has to be AI. It's not AI. So everybody's got a Substack. I should do a Substack. This is James Comey on his Substack today talking about his love of T Swift. 5 minute about how much he loves T, how he has been inspired by her, how he's part of a Swiftie group among his family. Blah, blah, blah.
As he wrote, when you become less polite, the alteration in your conduct can make you less happy, more depressed, and angrier about life. I know you get that even without the research. Just watch Fox News or hang around on X and you'll see what he means. We can't stop people from being jerks. What we can do is stop it from hurting us, from changing us. At my second Taylor Swift concert in Hartford, Connecticut, 14 years ago this summer, she sang a song about this topic, asking, why you gotta be so mean? And she spoke directly to the nasty people. I bet you got pushed around. Somebody made you cold. But the cycle ends right now because you can't lead me down that road. You'll be glad I didn't sing that. That's right. Because down that road is unhappiness. Nobody should have that power over us. Thank you, Taylor Swift. Keep the faith.
What in God's name was that? That guy used to run our FBI.
Yeah. What an odd dude.
That was as awkward as it gets. Like, who's that for? Oh, I'm really going for the youngsters. Yeah, you think all the young girls are watching the old James Comey Substack?
She's got it. She's back into an album cycle, and he is sucking up to meet her. That's what he's doing. I think he's a legit fan, and all this is meant to kiss her ass because he knows she's a liberal, and she knows he was pro Kamala and pro Hillary, so he's just sucking up to meet her.
Anthony texted us and said he writes Taylor Swift lyrics in birthday cards.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. The whole 5 minutes is surreal. He starts talking about his favorite songs. He's a nut. Have you ever seen him, too? He's ginormous.
He's a nut.
He's like 9 feet tall. There's pictures of him walking down the hall, flanked by all his little helpers. It looks like he is amongst the Oompa Loompas. Yeah, that is, it is just crazy.
Maybe he needs to be shortened.
Maybe he does. Speaking of that, are you ready for this? So we're talking earlier about, it cost about $35,000. Now you can go to, what was our favorite clinic? The not so short clinic, whatever it's called in Istanbul.
Yeah.
The Wanna Be Tall clinic.
Yeah, the Wanna Be Tall clinic.
In Istanbul. That's going to cost you like about $32,000 total. So if you want to go there and have this done. Now, check this out. So this is the way it works. The most excruciating pain, everybody has said. The first thing they do is they evaluate you. They talk about how far. Again, it starts you at 2 inches, move you up or down. All right. They have to, everything's being stretched, by the way. Yeah, they're holding a press conference. They just did a picture.
Yeah, he commented the German chancellor on his tan. He commended him on his tan.
Probably asked, Macron, where's your man wife? I saw you out there on the old surfboard. You looking good? Looking good, Macron.
Macron.
The Short Kings, we were talking about it. So there was a study done, and we're talking about people who are getting leg lengthening because people want to look better, right? And they think height is one of the big things. So there was a big study done by the University of Chicago, what makes you click, mate preferences, and matching outcomes in online dating. So it had to do with money. If you're 6'10", 6'6", 6'4", 6'2", right, 6 foot, they don't care about money, right? You know, as long as you make a little bit of something. If you're 5'8", you've got to make at least $138,000. If you're 5'6", you have to make $175,000. 5'4", 221, 5'2", 269, 5 foot, over $315,000 for a woman to find you attractive. And for the guys, we don't care.
Figure under 5 feet, does it hit the millions at that point?
Yeah, you got to be a millionaire. You got to be like those little guys who sell real estate on the old TV at night. Or Warwick Davis. Or who's the other guy? Peter Dinklage?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, but he ruined it for everybody. But that's it. So it equates to you have to earn a decent amount. The baseline income for men was about $60,000. For women, it was about $42,000. So a man who's 5'2", in order to be desirable for a woman. So a woman, she could be 5'5", whatever it is, but to be desirable the same way that the 6-footer is, they had to earn well over $260,000 a year. I didn't make that up, okay? That's a study done by people at a college, not an online college either. Trump hosting European leaders and Zelensky at the White House. We'll talk a little bit about that. Trump kind of mentioned that maybe boots on the ground for security. Find out what that's all about. A lot of other stuff coming up in hour number 3. If you're missing the show, try to grab the podcast. Check us out across all of our social media as well. Like the show on the Rumble, on the Twitch. I don't even know how you do it on Twitch. We're not even playing video games. We should totally be doing that. And, of course, on YouTube. This is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.